pleasure to be here, and I appreciate the time to sit down and have a dynamic conversation about COSECSA. I am the chair of global surgery at the Institute of Global Surgery in Dublin. This is an institute that belongs to the School of Population Health at the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland. I am very excited of being able to come to Arusha for the first time and meet the wonderful team that is formed not only by COSECSA but the other health sciences colleges that are in some way part of the surgical team. In my role as a surgeon who has had the opportunity to visit many places and identify the tremendous gaps that exist today in providing surgical care around the world, I think that COSECSA becomes probably the most successful example of a long-term, effective and productive collaboration in developing educational programs and increasing workforce, especially in places where it's most needed in many regions of Africa. So being here, interacting with the staff of COSECSA and getting to know the inner workings of the college functions and participate in enhancing, continuing the collaboration of our program that has been for so long funded by Irish Aid through the Institute. It's a great honor for me, and it's one of the reasons why I took this job in the first place, so I could actually be part of this amazing group of people. I've had the opportunity to go around the world telling the story of COSECSA, and I have a lot of fun doing that. For one reason, because I don't need to be very honest about these tremendous accomplishments. I am lucky to be part of the team right now, but looking back to the last 15 years, this is something that started with the good intentions of two individuals who, in their leadership, Professor Edzagarian in COSECSA and Professor O'Sullivan in Dublin, who had been working together when they were residents, learning to be surgeons many years ago. They come back and say, let's do something together. And that sort of personal touch was the seed that started something that is so successful today. And I think what is key about the way COSECSA has evolved over the years is that it started with the intention of having a transparent, totally reciprocal, bi-directional partnership, where the input and the effort of Irish surgeons with a tremendous interest in facilitating educational activities and providing content, and the ability of African surgeons with the vision to say, let's do this together, let's come up with programs that are applicable to our local context and work together to slowly identify what are the main priorities and one at a time address them and fix them with the support that Irish Aid had given over the years. I think that the essence of the partnership was critical for Irish Aid to see that this was going to be a successful partnership from the beginning. So the partnership now is formed by three entities: COSECSA, and their ability to share the knowledge and disseminate their work, the Royal College with their goodwill and putting tremendous amount of support with in-kind work, and Irish Aid, who sees the value of these and have been generous in maintaining and supporting a grant that is being tremendously cost-effective and successful over the last 3 cycles, which is almost 15 years. There are many projects. I think COSECSA is a tremendously fertile ground for asking very important questions about the impact of education and how workforce can actually be measured through educational research and evaluation. But to me, perhaps the project that has had an immediate, obvious impact is the logbook. The logbook was developed, again, with input from both surgeons from the COSECSA region and the experience on the training logbook of the Irish registrars and surgical residents. The logbook now has accumulated more than 500,000 operations. This is an amazing accomplishment. With the effort of COSECSA, with the effort of the collaboration program, we now can tell the world that 500,000 operations would not have happened if this didn't exist. This is a clear evidence that we are providing a service, that the collaboration program has trained people, and that this training has been effective and has had a tremendous population impact in health by ensuring that 14 countries and many hospitals of diverse regions in Africa can say we are actually providing a service. The fact that the logbook can now give an accurate account of what this effort now represents, and we can tell the world that these 500,000 operations have impacted the health of more than 500,000 people, to me is one of the most sort of tangible examples of the impact of this cooperation. When you look at how this partnership has evolved, when you see the people who began sitting down, identifying priorities, completing the needs assessment of what was most necessary, and how these programs have evolved from just putting effort on the examination to then increasing the capacity of the trainers, to then build the surgical team. There has been a logical evolution on how the partnership has seen what needs to be done next to achieve a greater impact. Very interestingly though, this partnership has been bi-directional, has been reciprocal. There is benefit on both sides of the collaboration. Irish surgeons have benefited from being here and learning from African surgeons and vice versa. African surgeons have been in Ireland participating in the examination of the Irish trainees. So in my mind, I think the fact that this has had those characteristics had made a collaboration not only long-lasting, but I think one that has a long future in front of us. Challenges is all we have, isn't it?
Yes.
The world is every time more complicated. I think that the burden of disease that is going to require competent surgeons to treat these patients are only going to get greater. If you look at the impact of climate change on health, if you look at the challenges on lack of economic development, if you look at migration crisis, if you look at the increased areas of conflict around the world, we are going to need more surgeons, and we already need more surgeons. So the partnership needs to have a tremendous vision for the future. We need to be able to anticipate what those needs are. Africa is only going to grow economically, is going to have more opportunities, and COSECSA, the collaboration partner, and all the other partners that have any interest in this will need to anticipate how university hospitals will bring new procedures, new techniques, open the doors for technology, robotic surgery, artificial intelligence. The fact that there are areas in Africa that are poor and with no enough resources does not mean by any way that other areas in Africa need to become leaders in developing what comes in the future of surgery and the future of healthcare. And as societies evolve and continue to have stronger economic development, we need to have an optimistic view of the future, and we need to be dynamic players in that change. I wouldn't miss that party for anything in the world. I'm looking forward. I think it's a major moment in COSECSA's growth. It is the silver anniversary. I think that because of the accomplishments that we've spoken during this short conversation, it is it is a time where we will be able to celebrate. It's a time where we will have a number of activities to recognize the effort of many people who had been here way behind and before all of us joined, that we joined later, to thank, to recognize, to look into the future, and hopefully when we all meet in Harare, we will have the opportunity to see old friends, to network and have new friends. I think the potential of this meeting to be a major breakthrough, and what COSECSA has done to this point and what comes in the future will be a unique opportunity for all.